This is just Bob Bowman, and I'm coming at you with another video. Before I get started with the topic, I just want to say I feel real good. You know, I had a chance to ride around in my Mustang today. It's red. As you notice, I got on a red hat, a red shirt. You can't see it, but I got on red Levi jeans, and then I got the cherry red Jordan 11s on. So I was like all flamed out in my flame Mustang, and I was feeling good. I went for a ride, just cruised, and just enjoyed the time in the car, enjoyed the car, enjoyed the weekend. And if you have the opportunity to do so yourself, I highly encourage you to do that, even if it's just by yourself. Just get out a little bit. Just have the chance to relax a little bit and just take in that time that you have to yourself. But the topic I'm going to talk about today is I'm going to talk about what Brian Pumper went through. And I know that a lot of people are like, who is Brian Pumper? And a lot of guys in my age group, I'm in my 40s, we remember him from 20 plus years ago. He was famous for adult films, and he was a little bit weird in those films. He was kind of funny to everybody, but he fell into some hard times, and he got attacked by some guys trying to make a name for themselves when they saw him on the street waiting on the bus, and they cracked him over the head with eggs. And I'm not gonna lie, it was funny to me, but it shouldn't be funny to me. Anybody that goes through that, nobody should be just attacked on the street like that. But I know that some people justify it because, and I don't mean to laugh, but he used to have movies back in the day where he would crack eggs over the heads of the ladies that he would have in his films. And he would walk around with dozens of eggs, just cracking them over the head with them. But one thing that I've observed is that, he went through a lot in his life. He's had the highest of highs, but now he's experiencing the lowest of lows. And to go from being somebody that was well known in this country, at least back in those times, right before social media really spiked as high as it is now. If he would have been around during the times of social media, he would have still been in the minds of many out here. But he slightly missed the boat by a few years, so people don't really know him as much as what they could have known if he came out just a few years later. But to have gone to his notoriety and to the point to where he is now, where he's down on he's down at this point and he's downtrodden. And for somebody to, like target him and throw eggs at him and record it and laugh and, threaten to fight him and beat him up, I mean, it's terrible. But one thing that I understand as a man is that most men go through situations like this. Growing up, I went through situations like that. Um, I got hit with eggs a few times in my life. I had one guy throw an egg. He wanted to hit me, but it hit the guy that was standing next to me. Um, but I'm thankful it didn't hit me because I would have probably tried to fight him, and it was a whole group of them, and they wanted to fight me. They wanted to beat me up. They wanted to bully me. And sometimes that happens in life, and you have to be smart about it. Where if you just get an egg thrown at you and you don't have any fists and boots to your head, sometimes it's best to walk away, or it's best to just, like knock those eggs off and keep it moving, keep it pushing. Um, I know when I was going through my whole time back in 2020, and it felt like I went through a whole year of just humiliating events, one after another, back to back to back to back. And the only thing that really helped me from just, what do they call it? Like crashing out. Yeah, the only thing that kept me from crashing out was the Most High, because I came so close to crashing out. I don't even want to talk about an embarrassing thing that I did because I was so mad at the world at one point and mad about everything that was happening. But, I had my car burnt down. I had people just totally shun me and ostracize me during that time. It was a real rough situation for me. Like, I was doing bad financially. I was tens of thousands of dollars in debt, and I've talked about this many times before in my videos, and I was very humiliated. I went through nuclear rejection. I was a laughing stock in the community that I lived in, and I didn't think that I would recover, but I had to humble myself. I humbled myself. I made some tough choices, some that I didn't want to do, but it worked out for me. Like, I'm in a better space now. I'm in a better position, you know, and I look at that time, and it was a lesson that I had to learn. And I had to learn that there were some things that I needed to change in my personal life, first and foremost. Second thing that I needed to do was I had to remove myself from certain people and certain situations. And the third thing I needed to understand is that I'm not in control the way that I would like to be in control. And I probably never will be in control the way that I want to be in control of things. And once I got to that point to where I started realizing those things, I became more mature. And I'm very grateful for the position that I'm in now. Like, I'm totally grateful for it. Like, I have a place to stay. I have my own place. I have vehicles. I dress decent. You know, I have nice jewelry. Like, I wore this gold chain. I took it off, but I wore this gold chain. I know it don't look big, but it's nice when you look at it. I got another gold chain. It's a white gold chain that I usually wear. You know, I mean, I could be doing so much worse in my life, but I'm not. And the Most High, He had to put me through that so I could humble myself. And even now that I'm doing much better, I know that there's things that I desire and I want in my life, and it hasn't happened. But at the same time, I have to be grateful for what I have now, because even though I've moved up, I could lose everything in an instant, because nothing in life is guaranteed. And I could go through another humiliation period in my life. And I know that. I'm fully aware of that. So that's why I'm happy I'm doing good, but I'm not at that point to where I'm just thinking that, oh, nothing else bad gonna happen to me. A lot of bad things could happen to me. Not that I'm saying that I'm scared that it's going to happen to me, but I'm aware that it could happen at any moment. I can't worry about it because it's out of my control. And that's what I had to learn as a man, you know, like, understand to appreciate the good times, appreciate the good that's happening in my life. Understand that I shouldn't expect bad things to happen, but bad things will happen. And it's all up to me on how I deal with those situations. And it'll either help me grow and mature, or I will have to repeat that cycle over and over again until I finally realize what it is that I need to learn from that lesson. And I didn't talk about Brian Pumper in a way that was disrespectful to him because I don't know him, but I know that I watched a lot of his movies growing up. I mean, it is what it is. But all I'm saying is that he handled it well. He even tried to uplift those brothers, even though they wasn't really trying to pay attention to what he said. But hey, it is what it is. And with that being said, this is just Bob Bowman. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'm out.